Hi guys, what's going on? Ace of Trades back finally with another video. So today's video, I'm just going to go over pretty much price action for the week. I think it was commencing like the 20th or something. Let me just double check. Um, yeah, week commencing Monday the 20th of February 2023. So I'm going to be going over price. It was a very nice week. Really nice sort of bear trend from about midweek. And a lot of positions to take, a lot of places to take positions. So we're going to run through price. I'm going to do it in hindsight just to make it a bit easier. I've got my Notion up in front of me as well, just to show obviously where I took my positions and stuff. And as like a second chart, this is just like what I do my back testing on is FXCM on our trader forex.com, and I've got some positions on there, so I can show you like exactly where I got in, just to cross reference. So I'm going to be doing this in hindsight, just to make it a little bit easier and a little bit quicker. Show you some of the positions that I took. I might run through AU at the end depending on how long this takes, because I traded AU as well this week, and I did I think 20% on AU, and was it maybe a bit more, but yeah, probably one of my best weeks trading ever, really, as a whole. I know sorry, a few of my students, a business partner and friend of mine, Viz FX, he's had a really good week as well. Past phase one of the challenge, or a challenge, and is nearly past phase two. So it's good to see some progress when the markets give us opportunities like we had this week. It's very important that we capitalize on those, because we don't always get weeks how we've had this week. It was, as you can see from this, apart from this sort of mess at the start of the week, after this we get like sort of really nice bear trend for the rest of the week. So when the market is giving us stuff like that, we need to make sure we are capitalizing on those positions. So let's get straight into it. So pretty much I've already marked up some stuff just to make it a little bit easier as we run through, so that I'm not missing things. I have got, like I said, a second chart open so I can see where I took my positions, how I got in. I didn't actually get in here. I did take a trade here. I did take a trade here as well. I didn't take a trade here, but we'll see what we can get. And I took a position there on Friday as well. So a few places I didn't actually get in along here, but we'll see as we go along if there was opportunity to get in. So without further ado, let's start on a Tuesday. This is really where there was just one short opportunity for me, the first opportunity of the week. So pretty much what we do is we come up into the premium of like this 15-minute leg. We do take this high, but at this point I was like, because obviously we've got something like that, and then we come up and take this. But at this point I was like, okay, we've probably just done that to take the liquidity sitting above this high, the external range liquidity. There's a liquidity above all highs and lows, as most of us should be aware. So I was like, okay, we've probably just come to mitigate something here. We then sweep this and start to sort of have a shift in structure. We get like a little flip here as well. So I was like, okay, you know what, we get a minor break in structure, or momentum shift, whichever one you like to call it. We have a POI that caused that. It's more of a range rather than just sort of one candle. So when price got back to here, I was like, okay, I'm happy to happy to take a short. So let's drop to the 1 minute and I'll show you pretty much exactly how I got in. So this is the sweep on the 15-minute. So what we've done is we've taken liquidity on the 15-minute. So then that's my 15-minute criteria met. I've got a POI that broke structure. We've taken some liquidity, and really this is the leg. It's at the extreme of the leg as well, or in the premium of the leg. So on the 1 minute, I'm happy now to sort of try and get in. So let me get rid of this. So obviously you're not always going to get in on every move of the market. Let me get this as well, because that was just for a POI reference. So you're not going to get in on every move in the market. This week there's a lot of opportunities to capitalize on. Obviously, once you've taken a few trades, it's best just to sit out before you start giving back to the markets. And once you take a loss or a couple of losses, you then start revenge trading and start giving back to the market. So it's just best, once you've taken a few wins for the week, just sit out. I mean, I think I did maybe 30% or 30R to start the week on Monday or Tuesday on AU. I'll have to double check. It either Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'll double check that. And then for the rest of the week, I was like, you know, the month's pretty much done. I'm just going to sit out unless something really nice shows its hand, which it did on the Friday, so I took another trade. But yeah, so I mean, pretty much what I need to see now is a flip and a change of character. So what we've got here, this is the flip. So this is the last point of supply that pushed price up here. We get the reaction to it here. This is the reaction here. Eventually we get the fail. So what we really come into is this sort of wick. We come into the EQ of this wick, which is, I mean, like a reaction to this really. Could we come up on a lower time frame, you'd see a better reaction. I had this POI marked out as well. We've got this liquidity, so let me just move this again. So essentially what we do is price starts to build like a trend line liquidity. We sweep that, and then on the closer there is where I just hit the sell button. I think it was actually exactly 9R. I'm not sure exactly like the place I got in, but I'm pretty sure it was exactly 9R that I took. Break even is at the low. So what we've had now is we've had a change of character, which would be the momentum shift here. We've had the flip, we've had the liquidity sweep. So that's pretty much all my criteria is met to get into the markets. You know, 15-minute liquidity is taken, 15-minute mitigation. It's pro trend from a high probability POI. There's no reason not to get in the markets here, essentially. So break even here, obviously we get this massive runoff, which is sort of what we'd expect in a situation like this. Again, price pushes back up to mitigate, you know, something here. Maybe this wick up, which is, you know, the flip. So again, you could get back in. You could do something like this, once that you get that bearish close from there. But the only issue with that is there's no sweep. It's not swept anything. So that's the only issue for me. But you know, you could do that. I probably wouldn't have taken that. But again, it depends, you know, how aggressive you want to be in the markets. I like to sort of preserve. But yeah, so that was the first trade I took, and that was pretty much all. You know, after that, at 1%, I'm thinking, okay, I'm done for the week essentially. But you know, usually in, you know, normal market conditions or how things have been for the past sort of year, how volatile they've been, that would be me done for the week. I set my 9R and I just sort of set my hands. But with the price action we got this week, I was just like, yeah, we'll just take some more trades. Okay, now what we have is we essentially come up into like this 4 hour. So the 4 hour is, you know, really nice. So we come up into the extreme of this leg, or the premium of this leg. So we're past the equilibrium, we're in the premium, we sweep liquidity here, and we come down and we break structure. So really for us, once price gets back here, we should be looking for, once a 50-unit sets up, to take shorts to at least, you know, sort of this low. If obviously the 15-minute sets up, which in this case we know it does. But yeah, so once we get to there, and you get the 15-minute flip, change of character, all that good stuff, then you can start to take shorts and sort of get out down here somewhere. So yeah, that's really nice. Again, on the 4 hour, it's all just it was a nice week. Yeah, let's continue. Skip price forward a bit. So now we're starting to see momentum shift, because we've had this flip. You know, this is the last point of demand that pushes price higher. I think I might have said supply earlier for demand, but you guys know what I mean. My bad. It's Sunday morning. Yeah, so that's the last point of demand that pushes price higher. We get the reaction, you know, another reaction there, failure. We then take this out, so the flip zone has been swept now. So essentially, we can look to short. Oh, we can look to short from these areas. This was Tuesday night, I think. Now, yeah. Okay, so coming into Wednesday morning, about 6:30, so Frankfurt open. This is what we'd be looking at. So normally my trading hours are, you know, London or New York, but I will trade Frankfurt if it sets up. So I didn't take a trade here. I think I took a trade on this one. Let me just, yeah. So let's see if we could have got in. So this is the liquidity taken. Essentially, this is, you know, early sellers being taken out of the markets. So let's see if we can get in. Really, there's probably going to be the entry, to be honest. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a bit big though. Yeah, so I mean, this is probably going to be the entry. I mean, that's not too bad, 6.5. Where do you run it to? That's the question. How low in the leg is it? It's not too bad. I mean, we can see that that's probably going to stop it out, but should we just get 5R on this? 6.5 is a bit bigger than I'd usually like on GE, but you know. So where's the break? The break even would be at this level. So you break even already. Okay, so you get 5R on that. So yeah, it's not not too bad. A nice little 5R again. So the reason we got in there is because, let me just mark this on so you can see. So we've got a fair value gap. So essentially what we've had here, this is the flip. So that zone is the flip zone. So we've had the flip, we've had the change of character, which would be this level. So flip, change of character. We swept out the early sellers because as soon as this gets mitigated, you can see sellers pushing into the markets. But obviously we know we haven't had the flip yet, so we need to wait for that. We create some fair value on the way down. This gets filled here. So I mean, really, you could have gotten at this fair value level, but demand hasn't failed there yet. So we need to wait, and that gets filled. So the next fair value, or POI that we're looking to target, would be this here. So once you fill the fair value, you could just trade straight off the fair value, but for me, there's no inducement. We didn't sweep the fair value zone, so no liquidity is being taken out of the market. So nothing for me would say that level is necessarily going to hold, which is why we get in on the close here. It's a bit of a bigger stop, obviously, but we take 5R all day long. So yeah, that's just how we could have got into the markets on that one. I'm going to skip it to the one I actually took now. Oh, what the hell's just gone on there? Okay. So you take that one for your 5R, get in and out of the markets quite nicely. So what I'm going to do is, if I just get rid of that little circle because it's demoted. We've now got this POI. So again, same as always. Don't know what's gone on with that. 1 second, guys. Why does it keep doing this to me? So yeah, I'm just checking to see where I actually got in now. Okay, yeah. So the reason we trade from here again, now to me it's pro trend. We've sort of taken this low, we've taken this low, so we're getting the momentum shift. Let's zoom in a bit so we can see exactly what's going on. So this POI has already swept liquidity. So this POI that's been created here has taken out previous liquidity. So these early sellers that get taken out means there's no more liquidity in the markets that we need to be taken before we get in. I don't know if I've explained that politically correct or whatever, but yeah, so I don't need 15-minute liquidity or inducement to be taken if it's already swept something to the left for supply or demand zones. So we get the breaker structure here as well. It's only minor structure, but it just shows that there is momentum or power or money being put into the markets at these areas and significant amounts of money as well. I mean, we're obviously just trying to follow in the footsteps of these BFRs and stuff. So yeah, so we get the breaker structure, we swept liquidity, brilliant. Don't need to see anything else. We can just pretty much get in from here now. So let me have a look. Oh, my mouse battery is low. Brilliant. It's not what I want, so I better hurry up. Yeah, so essentially here it's the same old. So we get the flip. Essentially what I would have done is, I mean, I didn't see it because I got in on this position, but I didn't see it sort of as it was happening. I saw it, got there a little bit late. So essentially I like this POI. I was going to get in there, but I missed that one. So where's it gone now? yeah, so we get this build up of liquidity essentially by this zone, and I thought, you know what, if it's gonna take any liquidity out, this will be the liquidity it takes, because we don't get, I think it pushes down a bit more. Yeah. So again, we're just building liquidity. I think this doesn't quite sweep them, it just equal highs. Yeah. So I was liking this POI here still. And then yeah, I had a limit on this. So there's all of our liquidity. We get the flip, we get the momentum shift, same as always. And then yeah, so liquidity, flip, we've got some inducement for the zone. I was happy to just leave it on this zone. I mean, I was going to go on the EQ, but I thought, you know what, it's a 2.5 pip stop loss, or as it is, we'll just get in. I think I actually had it a bit bigger. I think it was about 3, which is absolutely fine. We get the run off then. Break even level is down here as always. It's just the same stuff, flip, change your character, and then some form of inducement or liquidity. Where did I take this one to? I think this one I'll let run to pretty much the 4-hour lows. I know my mouse battery is low. Was it down here? I think it was a bit higher, maybe 30. Yeah, it was about 30R. So to this sort of demand level there. But yeah, I just let that run. Obviously, break even is just below that level there. I'm going to hurry this up a bit now, because obviously my mouse battery is about to die, and I really can't be bothered for that. Okay, so I don't think I got in. Oh no, I did actually get in on this one. And then I took some longs as well. So why does it keep doing this to me? Let's have a look. Cool. So again, we've swept the early buyers, early sellers even. Why does it keep telling me my mouse battery's low on that? Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just getting a bit distracted now. So okay, so again, we've got the POI's broke structure. So we took this low right there. We didn't sweep anything, so we need some form of inducement, which is this. We can clearly see sellers being induced into the markets at this position. Liquidity sweep. So we clearly see, it tries to go short from there. But what we haven't done is taken any liquidity, which is why this level gets taken out. So from here we can be, apparently my mouse is charging itself now. So from here we can be like, I want to get in short. That's absolutely perfect. So we've had the flip, which is this, nice and early, brilliant. So there's the flip. I did take the short as well. I know, to be fair, this week I was just trying a new entry model, so this is why I took a lot more positions. I'm fairly confident with this entry model. I was just testing it out, and it worked really nice for me this week. So we'll see what we can get with it in the week to come. So this was the liquidity on the 1 minute. Halabosh. We filled the fair value up there as well. So we've got some fair value pretty much in both of these levels. This is the fair value. And this one, there we go. So we've swept the fair value. Again, you could trade straight off the fair value. What was it, 3.7 I had? So yeah, you can trade straight from the fair value, but again, we do sweep the liquidity, and there is inducement before the fair value, but they don't always hold. They're not as strong, in my opinion, as supply and demand zones are, especially supply and demand zones with inducement. We saw this 15-minute supply zone with the inducement there, or the early sellers, and it's a nice supply zone that broke structure. So the fair value for me is just a confluence that you can use to get in. But I like to get a bearish close or a bullish close, depending on which side of the market we're trying to be on. I might have to start using my mouse, which is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass on my trackpad. Where did I let this one run to? This demand zone again. Oh no, okay, that one ran for it. So I took this one. I did take it to these lows. I think I'm going to call it after this one, just because it's always the same stuff, and I don't want my mouse to die halfway through. So yeah, bearish close. So it's the same stuff. Flip, momentum shift. We get the the early sellers taken out here as well, because people will be looking to trade from these areas of this sort of flip level. People, I can guarantee, people will have some sort of positions on there. So break even is at this level. Let's just get through this one quickly. So we're break even on this one as well. Break even there, and then we let this one run. I think I took this on at this demand level. Let me just mark this up quickly. Yeah, I'm just going to skip through this quickly now. I did take some longs here, counter trend. I don't usually, but like I said, I was just testing out a new entry model. So I think I'm going to sort of leave it there, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if you'll see this now. Where are we? Yeah, so I'm going to just sort of skip this through, just because my mouse is about to die. So yeah, we could have got in there. I didn't take a position. I did take a position here on Friday, which was a really nice short, obviously down there. I think this one was running for 60 maybe. Was it? Yeah, I think it was exactly. Yeah, so 60 or yeah, I mean that's not exact, but you get the point. So yeah, that was a nice little runner. Most of these were demo trades on a demo account, because like I said, I was testing out a new entry model this week, and you don't want to do that on a live account. I'm doing a challenge soon. I've got an operation in just over a week, and then I'll be doing a challenge to get some funding. But yeah, so overall a great week. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see this, but which one was it on? Okay, yeah, so I don't know if you can see this. I'm just going to go quickly. So we've got what was that, 9R, I think that one was, yeah, so 9R, 60R, so that's 69R, 14R there, 5R, 7R, and then that one about 22R. Yeah, so overall a very big week. But when we have these big weeks, we can't let it get to us. The markets will humble us very quickly. It's just same stuff another day. But yeah, so I mean, this week you can see how obvious it is to get in at these positions. It's pretty much self-explanatory at this point. The market doesn't always give us conditions like this, and I hope everyone took advantage of it this week, and was following the trend and using multi-time frame analysis to get in and out the markets at the right positions. So if you had a good week, don't let it get to your head, because you will be humbled. And at the same time, if you had a bad week, don't let that get to you. We all have bad weeks. We all lose funded accounts. We all lose challenges. It's part of trading. It's part of the process. And the best way to learn in trading is to lose. It's as simple as that. A good friend of mine recently took 122 losses. I'm not sure if in a row, but I think maybe in the last 2 or 3 months, 122 losses. And then had a really good week last week. So it's just part of the process of trading. No matter how long you've been doing it for, it's just, if you've got a systematic approach and an edge, and you've gathered the data on that edge, and you know how to execute that edge, and you don't hesitate, losses are part of the plan. You can't win 100% of trades, and if you do, then tell me your secret. But yeah, so find a plan, execute the plan, and stick to what you do. And if you are hesitating in the markets, or you're a bit unsure, it's because you haven't done enough preparation. It's because you haven't spent the hours back testing that you should have, or the hours testing your edge, or the hours reading books on psychology, or YouTube videos on trading psychology, and or maybe you just haven't done enough education. Maybe you need to join a course, find a mentor. I'm not saying necessarily the course that I run. Maybe that's not for you. Maybe there is definitely other courses out there that are more suited to other people. But you know, if you're hesitating or you're not sure or you feel not very confident in the markets, you need to just sit and back test. The easiest way to do it is to break it up. You know, I normally do a day or two at a time. It's very boring, but you start every day on the higher time frame. You mark it up. If there's no trade, you clear your charts. You go on to the next day. You know, put some music on, put a film on in the background, put YouTube on in the background. Just it doesn't have to be, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. If you do 2 hours hard work, focused work a day, it's better than sitting for 8 hours staring at your computer not knowing what to do. Yeah, it doesn't have to be 2 hours, you know, one after another. You can break it up. You can do an hour or half an hour, have solid focused work, have a break, have something to eat, whatever, refresh your mind, and then get back to it. But it will help your psychology a shit ton if you put the hours in back testing and learn how you trade and how you behave in the markets psychologically as well as um, you know, strategically. But yeah, on a side note, please be careful what prop firms you're using. Recently I've had problems with a prop firm. I won't name them, the fivers, 5%ers, but I won't name them. And as soon as I started to, you know, do, you know, fairly well on the challenge, or every position that I took that was profitable was getting taken off. So you know, I've got many screenshots of trades on GU where I've put the pending order on, or you know, market execute, and for whatever reason the trade doesn't go on. It says rejected or not enough money, and I'm using 0.2% of the account, which is all they'd let me risk, which is ridiculous when I'm trying to risk 1% per trade, and I can only risk not even 1/4%. So yeah, just be careful what prop firms you're using, because you know, like I say, I've got screenshots and the positions I would have taken, even the ones that were profitable, you know, still is you don't get a lot of percentage for 0.2% per trade. If you're doing, you know, even a 10-hour trade, it's only 2%. So yeah, I'm going to stick to, you know, the main ones: True Forex Funds, My Forex Funds, and FTMO. I'll probably do a True Forex Funds challenge just because I like the look of them. I know a few people are funded by them. They've got great reviews and stuff. So and it's 8% instead of the 10 which is on FTMO, which just makes things a little bit easier. So yeah, a little bit of a rant there, but just be careful what prop firms you're using. And do your research, because you know, I thought, okay, a cheap challenge, I'll just go for this. It seems okay. Did a tiny bit of research for like 20 minutes, and then yeah, I just sort of went for it. It wasn't a huge amount of money, and I did eventually get a refund off them. But it's not the point, you know. I spent weeks and weeks and weeks, you know, of hard work trying to pass this challenge, and it was just impossible in the end. So yeah, I've just been focusing on this new entry model for a bit. But anyway, I'm gonna stop the rant. I'm gonna get off there and find some new batteries for my mouse. Hopefully I'll do another one next week. Maybe not though, as I've got an operation next week, so I might just sort of chill for the weekend and whatever. But yeah, I've been Ace of Trades. Thanks for watching.